Number 10. A professional mourner. In some cultures, it's tradition to grieve the loss of a loved one by wailing loudly and theatrically. In fact, some families will even hire professional mourners to come and cry for them at funerals. Believe it or not, this is a real job. It's called a wailer for hire. And yes, there are people out there who get paid to fake cry at funerals. The weeping is done for two reasons. First, it's to show respect for the dead. And second, it's to scare evil spirits away. Because no evil spirit would ever want to mess with a group of people who are super sad about their loss, right? This particular job was first introduced in China more than 2,000 years ago. It then spread to other countries like India, Africa, and Japan. But what exactly do these hired mourners do? Well, they show up at the funeral dressed all in black, carrying a coffin if necessary. They then proceed to follow the body to its final resting place while loudly making a scene. Sometimes they might even carry signs that say, "Only the good die young," or something similar. Some of these professional mourners have been doing the same thing every day for decades. They've likely attended thousands of funerals and faked crying for hundreds of people. Some of them are so committed to their craft that they even break down at certain parts of the ceremony. That isn't acting. That's real grief over the lost life. No. 9. Professional eater. Now, this sounds like a dream job, but it can actually be quite challenging. The most important thing about being a professional eater is that you can eat lots of different foods without getting sick. You also have to be able to keep calm when surrounded by cameras. And most importantly of all, you need to be able to swallow whatever you're eating without chewing. After all, nobody wants to see a bunch of partially chewed food go down your throat on national television. Professional eaters typically get hired by food manufacturers to test out their products. If the company is developing a new snack, they'll hire someone to try it out and make sure it tastes good. If they're developing a new candy bar, they'll need someone to try it. Who knows? Maybe you could be the next professional eater. All you need is an insatiable appetite and a really strong stomach. No. 8. Fart technician. This may sound like a prankster's dream job, but fart technicians are actually in high demand in Hollywood. Fart technicians work behind the scenes to ensure that the farts heard in movies and TV shows sound realistic. Their work is subtle, yet crucial to creating believable characters. These professionals often work directly with sound designers and music composers to integrate fart sounds into the soundtrack of a film. There are many different ways to make a convincing fart noise. From using a bassoon to squeezing your butt cheeks together on cue, fart technicians have to experiment with lots of different noises until they find the perfect one. Sometimes they'll even use their own farts, but most of the time they prefer to remain anonymous when it comes to their gaseous output. So the next time you're watching a movie and you hear a particularly realistic fart, just remember that there was a fart technician somewhere out there who made it happen. 7. Food stylist. Food stylists are responsible for making food look as appetizing as possible for photographs and films. They work closely with chefs to plate dishes in an attractive way and ensure that they stay looking fresh throughout filming. Food stylists often have to use special techniques to make food look its best, such as steaming vegetables to make them pop or adding a splash of acid to brighten the colors. They also need to be familiar with the camera angles that will be used to film the food so they can plate accordingly. Food stylists play an important role in making sure that food looks its best on screen. Thanks to their skills, we can all enjoy mouth-watering dishes every time we watch our favorite cooking shows or movies. 6. Baby maker. You might be thinking we're playing a little too much dirty talk in today's video, but we're actually serious. This is an actual job. It's called a gestational carrier or a surrogate, and it's the act of carrying a baby to term for another person or couple. Gestational carriers can be compensated for their time and effort, but it's important to note that they are not selling their babies. Instead, they are providing a valuable service to those who are unable to conceive or carry a pregnancy to term themselves. Gestational carriers can be single women or couples, and they typically have to meet certain medical requirements in order to qualify. The process of becoming a gestational carrier can be long and complicated, but it can also be very rewarding. If you're interested in learning more about this type of work, there are plenty of resources available online and through fertility centers. Number 5. Ethical hacker. Ethical hackers are highly skilled individuals who specialize in identifying security vulnerabilities in computer systems. They work with organizations to help them protect their data and systems from cyber threats. Ethical hackers use their knowledge of hacking techniques to find weaknesses in a system that could be exploited by criminals. Once they've identified a vulnerability, they work with the organization to implement security measures to protect against it. Ethical hackers are in high demand and can work for various organizations, including tech companies, banks, and government agencies. It's a job that requires a lot of skill and expertise, but it can be very rewarding. So if you're good with computers and have an interest in security, ethical hacking might be the career for you. Number 4. Birdman. Birdman is a relatively new profession that involves working with birds, training them, and caring for their needs. Birdmen usually work in zoos, wildlife sanctuaries, or as private trainers. They work closely with zookeepers and animal trainers to develop enrichment programs for the birds in their care. These programs are designed to stimulate the birds both physically and mentally and mimic their natural behaviors. Birdmen must be knowledgeable about bird biology and behavior and be able to handle them safely. They also need to be patient and have a love for animals. No. 3. Clown doctor. The job of a clown doctor is to bring joy and laughter to children who are sick or going through tough times. They perform in hospitals, at parties, and other events, bringing smiles to the faces of their young fans. Clown doctors don't just make balloon animals and tell jokes, they also provide emotional support to their young patients and their families. They may visit patients in hospital rooms, perform magic tricks, and engage in lighthearted activities that can help take their minds off their illnesses. Clown doctors need to be funny, compassionate, and good with kids. They should also be comfortable performing in front of an audience and be able to adapt to different situations quickly. Number 2. Pet psychic. Yes, pet psychics are a real thing. These people claim to be able to communicate with animals and can help owners understand their furry friends better. Pet psychics say that they can read an animal's mind and interpret their thoughts, feelings, and even dreams. They believe that animals have their own unique personalities, and that they can help owners understand their pets better. Pet psychics can offer their services in person or over the phone, and they often charge a fee for their readings. Some pet psychics even claim to be able to communicate with animals who have passed away. Whether or not you believe in pet psychics, there is no denying that they can be entertaining and can provide some interesting insights into your furry friend's mind. Number 1. Mermaid performer. For those who love the water and have always dreamed of being a mermaid performer may be the perfect job. Mermaid performers typically work in aquariums, water parks, or private events. They wear a mermaid tail and swim around in a pool or aquarium, interacting with guests and making them feel like they've entered a magical underwater world. To be a mermaid performer, you need to be a strong swimmer and have a love for the water. You should also be comfortable performing in front of an audience and be able to interact with people of all ages. With the right combination of skills and enthusiasm, anyone can become a mermaid performer and bring joy to people of all ages. So there you have it, 10 of the strangest jobs in the world. Which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.